Your affections are for me, and the strongest love of the strongest heart.
We're getting ready to go on tour for the summer, and a friend of mine came into the room and she had her guitar and she's like, "Hey, let's just take a break and just kind of worship a little bit." And I was like, "Okay." And so she just started playing some chords, and I pick up this book and I open it, and literally I sing only what's written there, and it was a song immediately. And we were just like, and this is one of the only songs on the album that has not been changed in any way. Like, what was written is what ended up being, and it was a really totally a God thing. How I literally opened the book and started singing in a melody that I didn't have in my head. It just kind of came as we were doing it, and then all of a sudden the song was born.
But this love moves mountains.
What inspired the album was actually me and Melissa were kind of just worshiping in the prayer room, and just, all of a sudden God would just drop like lyrics, in our hearts and melodies, and from that is kind of where all the songs from the album developed. It was just like straight out of the prayer room what God gave us. We never really tried to sit down and write, because when we did, it completely failed. Like, we couldn't come up with anything. There was just no creative juices flowing. And so we're like, okay, let's just stop. We're just gonna worship. And then we started worshiping, and just, out of nowhere, just lyrics came and just melodies. And then over time, we just put pieces together. It's kind of like a puzzle. We're like, okay, this lyric fits with this melody. Okay, this doesn't work with that. Just fit this here. And then songs just kind of came from it.
But this love moves mountains, and it shakes foundations.
He's made me trust him more in his ways, even when I don't understand them. To have somebody kind of break down everything that you've been working on for 6 or 7 months really causes all of your biggest insecurities and fears to come forward, and it makes you question, man, Lord, did I hear you say those things? Did I hear you say I'm the daughter? Did I hear you say that your love is it moves mountains? Did I really hear those things, or did I just think about them and make them really poetic and put it into a song? So it made me have to become very aware of who I am, and that it was him who gave it to me. That correcting things and making it better and taking it to the next level doesn't mean that I didn't hear him. It just meant that I needed to grow in it, and I needed to trust him, even if it hurt a little bit.
And I just gave it to God, it made it a lot easier than saying, trying to do it myself and everything. I was like, okay, what do you want to do with this song? Where do you want to go with it? How do you want it to sound? What did the movements need to be? And we started dropping that stuff, and then everybody just kind of just in unison, just like, oh man, this is the direction the song's gonna go in. When we were singing and when we were playing, it's like we're always directing it towards God, and I like to tell a lot of people whenever we're worshiping on stage or playing a song, it's like we kind of see ourselves as like trees that are just standing on stage, and all we're doing is just bearing good fruit, as we're giving our hearts to God and just worshiping him, giving our love to him. And so if we're up there as trees bearing good fruit, and then it invites other people to come and take part of that fruit if they want to. And so if they do, that's great. And if they don't, it's whatever. But there's no obligation in it. It's just simply that we're directing our praise to God. And if other people benefit from that, that's great. And we hope that they can, begin to start rooting themselves and being their own good tree that's bearing good fruit, and that others can take part in. It's kind of just like this chain reaction thing, but like it's not a reliance on anybody, or it's not for anybody else except for God. That's where the heart of it comes from.
It really was written for God. It really was to express completely what I feel towards God. For a long time, I was confused about what he thought about me. I thought I was supposed to just be a servant, that it wasn't about an actual relationship, that it was more just about doing things for him to earn a place with him. And the closer that I got to him, the more revelation that I received about his kingdom and about his ways, I realized that I'm his daughter. And so that the love that he has for me is so great. And so a lot of the songs kind of display that deep love, that like growing understanding of the fact that I belong to him completely and that I'm his daughter.